Yo, dig this. Your wins and losses have a direct impact on your mindset. Your wins and your losses have a direct impact on your mindset. DJ Khaled said, all I do is win, 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 no matter what. That is wishful thinking because everybody loses sometimes. Everybody does. There's nobody in the NBA Hall of Fame that shot 1,000%. Right? They were like, they nobody shot like perfect from the field, right? Nobody had a perfect, was perfect from the free throw line. You don't have a Major League Baseball player that batted 1,000. You don't have a Major League pitcher that had a 0 ERA in the Hall of Fame, right? Nobody does. That means at some point, everybody, even the best of the best, have lost. The question is, how do you handle loss? Because how you handle loss gives you probably a better indicator of how you're wired from the standpoint of your mindset. How you handle loss. Nobody wants to lose. Everybody wants to be optimistic. But the reality is, you have to realize that nobody's going to be perfect. Nobody. And perfection is not a requirement for greatness. I use that all the time in coaching sessions. Perfection is not a requirement for greatness, meaning you don't have to be perfect to be great. And the expectation of perfection actually needs to go out the window. How you win and how you lose impacts your mindset. And how do I come to that conclusion? You know, if you watch any of my content, you realize that there are 5 things that impact your mindset: your beliefs, your experiences, your relationships, the stories you tell yourself, and how you view yourself. Wins and losses fall under the bucket of experiences. Wins and losses fall under the bucket of experiences. And for some, they view losses not as something that's gone, but as a simple lesson. Because once you lose something, once you've not been successful in a particular area, it forces you to go back to the drawing board. It forces you to look at things from a different area or from a different angle, but it also forces you to pivot at times. So again, there is more to be gained in a loss at times than there is in a win. But then also you can really learn about yourself and how you win. When you win, does it become a situation in which that becomes your baseline standard? Is that your expectation as you walk into a competition, as you walk into a room, as you walk into a negotiation, right? Is winning the mindset that you automatically adopt based off of your history? Because all of these things fall under this bucket of experiences, and experiences help to cultivate your mindset. You know, when I think about experiences, I think about the concept of confidence, right? Confidence is rooted in your experiences. You're confident in something because you have an experience base, which lets you know that I can do this based off of my history. Or you're confident that I know the moves to make because I failed at this in the past before as well. So again, if you want to build your confidence, if you want your mindset to be rooted in confidence, you need to build your bank of experiences. And winning and losing are all parts of your experience that you need to encounter. You need to learn how to win with grace. You need to learn how to lose with grace. You know, some people say you got to be careful on your way up the ladder of success because those same people will be there on the way down. How do you win? Do you win by having to put other people down? Or do you win by simply bringing your best and becoming the best? You know, there's a differing perspective or differing mindset as it pertains to how you win. Some people believe that they have to knock down all the other buildings for them to build the most immaculate building. Others just get to work on building the most immaculate building possible, and they don't feel the need to diminish or knock down others. And if you look at yourself and you think through the lens of how you operate, how you navigate challenges, competition, success, failure, etc., if you find that you're the one that has to diminish everything around you to feel like a success, that gives you a little window into your mindset. And it gives you a window into something that needs to be adjusted and changed. Because if you can only succeed by beating up, diminishing, or making others, go away, then how good really are you? How good are you? Like, again, I want you to think through that lens. I want you to be your best. I want you to become the quarterback of your own mindset. You are to become the mindset QB for your life. But how you win and how you lose can give you a window into where you are on that particular journey. And if you feel like you need to diminish others to get to, your level of success, or to rise to, the heights of what you're capable of, you need to change some things up. Because if you always have to knock down other buildings, it's easy to destroy things, right? It takes less tools to break something down than it does to build something up. That's why some people resort to just tearing down. Again, that gives you a window into your mindset. That gives you a window into your operating system. And how effective is that going to be as you move forward? Because if you focus on having to tear other people down for you to win, just remember, others are going to approach life through that particular lens as well. And you're so busy trying to tear other people down, there's probably somebody sitting over in the corner waiting for their opportunity to tear you down. On the flip side, if your focus is about building, solidifying your foundation, getting your structure in place, figuring out how to optimize what you bring to the table, how to serve, how to do things at a very high level, you're actually building your infrastructure. You're building your defense mechanism in the process versus being focused on trying to tear other people down. So how you win and how you lose, your wins and your losses have a direct correlation with your mindset because they fall under the bucket of experiences. And remember, there are 5 things that influence your mindset: your beliefs, your experiences, your relationships, the stories you tell yourself, and how you view yourself. Hey, this is your man, Coach Mike D. Another episode of the Mindset QB. It's not me. I'm not your Mindset QB. You are the quarterback of your mindset. And I'm here to give you the tools, the inspiration, and the information to do so. And it's up to you to walk it out. So y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.